I don't think it's... Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just checking. Excuse me. Hey, everybody. Just doing a quick live today for a few. Just talk about a couple things quick. I'm not jumping all over this Lindsey Graham bandwagon. It seems a bit, to me, suspicious that this just suddenly happened right out of the blue, and like all of mainstream media is all just plowing it through the narratives. I'll just pump the brakes and wait patiently on that one. I found it amusing. Tousi TV, or Tousi TV, Tousi TV, did a live stream earlier and was saying that it was Iran. So apparently, according to Tousi TV, Iran killed Lindsey Graham from this sudden illness or whatever. So it's, see what I mean? Like, it's too sus. I'm not gonna jump all over that bandwagon. I'll wait patiently to form my opinion, see how things play out more, etc. I'm not a bandwagon freaking jumper. So yeah, we're gonna just pump the brakes on that, and I'll reserve comment. But we don't even know. It's just what's being reported, right? They could have like staged and faked a death just to blame it on Iran or some shit. We have no idea quite yet. So just because something's being plastered all over mainstream media, I'm not jumping on board with it. If everybody's wondering where I am, this is the Railcar restaurant down here in High River, Alberta. You can see all their Canadian flags. They've had them out for a little bit before Canada Day and all that jazz, before and after. So I've actually spoken to the owner of that restaurant, and they've approached me about the flag in my truck and stuff like that, and appreciating and liking it. And customers that have went there have also talked about it, etc. So it's for all these people that think all this separatist stuff is just all of Alberta or something, you're absolutely crazy. And that's a good segue into what else I want to talk about, is the separatist stuff. Watched a couple live streams this morning of the separatists there in Calgary having their little pancake breakfast or whatever. It absolutely blows me away how many of these, separatist people, if you disagree with them, they're just like, oh, you're an elbows up libtard. Like, you're a liberal. You're clearly a liberal. You support the liberals if you're not on board with our separatist shit. Like, no, fuck. You're insane. Just because somebody doesn't agree with your separatism crap doesn't mean that they support the liberals. Like, I was calling out liberals when I was a teenager. I'm going to be 50 in like 9 days. And I've never voted liberal in my life. You got to get out of this freaking mindset of thinking left versus right, red versus blue crap. It is poisoning you and making you a dumb sheeple, all right? You can disagree with the conservative, separatist, whatever, not support liberals. Like, it's possible to oppose both things at the same time. I don't understand why people have such a difficult time understanding that, figuring it out. Like, it boggles the mind how people can be so flippin' narrow and limited that they think that just because you oppose their agenda or favorite team, if you will, that automatically means you support the other team. Like, no, both of them are corrupt, all right? It's mind-boggling how few people can seem to understand, realize, recognize, acknowledge that it doesn't matter, liberal or conservative. They're both corrupt, both of them. It's not one or the other. They are both corrupt. I saw a thing yesterday. I saw a post And it was Naheed Nenshi from the NDP there, former mayor of Calgary. Now he's the provincial leader of the NDP. And he's all hanging out with the Israelis, being part of the Israeli delegation, foundation, whatever freaking Israeli crap, right? Like, way to lose a portion of your voter base by hanging with Israelis, promoting Israelis, letting them spew their Israeli propaganda, nonsense, false narratives, lies. Like, it's absolutely remarkable. And again, just because I disagree with your liberal crap or your conservative crap doesn't mean I support the NDP. Especially when you see, like, I quite like Nenshi as a politician. He's a good politician. I don't mean like good as in like doing the right thing. I mean good as like effective. He's a very good communicator. He knows how to politic, right? That's what I mean. He's very good at being a politician, all right? I'm not saying he's a good politician. He's just good at being a politician. And I like a lot of the stuff that Nenshi says. But you're going to lose people if you're supporting or promoting anything to do with Israel these days. If you look in the United States, they're like the voter base in the United States, their biggest concerns right now are like, don't vote for anybody that's part of AIPAC and takes Israel funding and etc. Like, no Israel-backed candidates. We got to get AIPAC out of here. Doesn't matter if they take AIPAC money. If they, support Israel in any way, shape, or form, don't vote for those guys. That's what the U.S. populace right now is really coming together on. Right, left, red, blue, white, brown, all of it is freaking irrelevant. Like, it's the Israel lobby and the Zionists that are controlling the show. So just, these separatists just I ran into that so many times this morning. Having these separatists that are just like, because I'm disagreeing with their whole freaking movement or whatever, you're a troll. Yeah, trolls just wear their real names and their freaking faces all over the internet all the time, eh? Get out and go to functions and stuff. That's definitely what internet troll keyboard warriors do, isn't it? Like, where's your freaking brain? You're just a troll. You're just a leftist liberal. Elbows up, libtard. Go get another booster. Like, never voted liberal in my life. Wasn't on board with this whole elbows up crap because I recognized it for the liberal freaking campaign that it was. I never have been elbows up. I recognized it for the liberal fucking crap that it was right when it started. Never been elbows up. Never voted liberal. Never gotten a freaking C-19 shot, whatever. I'm not a liberal. But yeah, they try and dismiss you as such, right? Same thing is, you're just a troll. You're a keyboard warrior, internet troll. They try and dismiss you. They want to negate your valued opinion or values, your opinion. They want to negate your point of view, your perspective. They want to negate the facts that you bring to the conversation, all because it doesn't align with their bullshit, their indoctrinated bullshit. So it's just cancel. You're a liberal leftard, freaking go get a booster, elbows up. No, fuck all that. You're just an internet keyboard warrior troll. Like, no, fuck all that. You're cancel culture idiots. You can't handle pushback. You're snowflakes that melt down, need your safe space. The amount of white supremacists I saw in the Talking to Albertans. It was Talking to Albertans channel with John there. He was at the Stampede freaking pancake breakfast, whatever the heck the separatists were having. And in that chat, so many white supremacist, dumb motherfuckers. Like, it was amazing. The amount of people that are just like anti-immigrant, anti-communist. We need to rat out our neighbors. We need to round people up for deportation. Like, you're pre-war Germany. Like, that's exactly how the Germans got turned into Nazis. So when we make these comparisons about, like, you're fucking Nazis, it's not because we think you have gas chambers for Jews, if you believe in such a thing. It's not because it's like, oh, they have gas chambers for Jews. That's not what we're fucking saying, you morons. Because it started way, way, way before that. way before that. It started with a totalitarian government putting out propaganda, creating a problem, and then telling you to blame the immigrants and blame the commies and blame a Semitic group of people, and convincing people it was their civic duty to rat out their neighbors and round people up for cages and deportation. It didn't start with freaking gas chambers. There's comparisons to be made there. I read actually I watched a historian there the other day, and he was talking about how no comparison is perfect. It's not like there's some perfect comparison, how like these anti-immigrant, like commie criers freaking round people up people. It's not like there's some like direct exact carbon copy of the Nazis, right? It doesn't exist. But that doesn't mean that you like discount everything and dismiss everything and be like, well, there's not gas chambers for Jews, so they're not Nazis at all. Like you're completely missing the freaking point. You are being turned into Muslim hating, immigrant hating, freaking round people up fucking Nazis. It's the same rhetoric we've seen in the past. People would have paid attention in history class or whatever, and I'm not one to talk because I hated freaking social studies and history and all that crap when I was in high school. It wasn't until my adult life where it was like, wait, I better learn about this freaking, what the heck happened back then so I can understand why we are the way we are now. Like, if you don't understand the past, you have no comprehension of the present and are able to like project the future trajectory and where we're headed and going based on what's happened in the past. And the exact same freaking, things happening all over again to send a society, a well-educated, highly intelligent society into becoming Nazis. Like, the Germans were highly advanced, highly intelligent, but yet somehow they became convinced that they had to hate immigrants. It was all the commies' fault. They had to rat out their neighbors. They had to round up Semitic people for deportation. Somehow they became convinced of all that. And not enough people asked themselves how that happened, why that happened, what were the mechanisms that were used. Because once you truly understand those things and can see the mechanisms that were used, the approach and tactics that were used to turn those Germans into Nazis, you can see it happening all over again in North America. The United States, Canada, being turned into a bunch of Muslim-hating, immigrant-hating Nazis ready to round people up for deportation and, send people to concentration camps and El Salvador or like Gitmo, where they can be tortured, held without trial, all judicial process completely subverted. This is not the actions of the good guys, right? The censorship we're facing is out of control. You can't question the authority, the totalitarian authority of the government, red or blue, right? It's just censor and cancel and cancel. And, you say the wrong thing. Next thing you know, you got police showing up at your door. I watched a video there yesterday of some people back east that are out on the beach just wanting to enjoy a sunset and take a picture, and the freaking cops are there being like, oh, we got to have everybody out of the freaking, off the beach and out of the park here by sunset, and sunset's at 21:06 and it's 21:06, so you have to go. This is not the land of the free. This is the land of the totalitarian authority. And it doesn't matter red or blue, you're getting it both freaking ways. So to try and just cancel everybody for, oh, you're just a leftist elbows up moron, cancel, dismiss, cancel. Same thing the other way, oh, you're just a conservatard, freaking, Muslim hater, cancel, It's what I was saying in my live the other day, or I've been saying that a lot lately. Like this whole cancel culture of both the right and the left, you're both equally just as bad as the other. Not one is better than the other, not one is worse than the other. You are equally just as bad. Same thing as the liberals, the Liberal Party, the Conservative Party, equally just as bad. One is not more corrupt than the other. They are both fucking abysmal. They are both corrupt. They are both selling us out. They're both putting us into this totalitarian environment and society. It doesn't matter which way you go. And for the life of me, I can't understand why it's so difficult for people not to be able to figure that out yet. Like, it's like people have completely relinquished their ability for critical thinking, observation, critical thinking. It's like the saying in 1984, right? Where the establishment is going to ask the people to deny to themselves what they are hearing and seeing with their own eyes and ears. It is their most essential command. And that's what's happening. People are denying blatantly what's right in front of their faces. Even though all the evidence, and it's being done right out in the open, contradicts everything they're being told, they dismiss the reality and live in their confirmation bias echo chambers of bullshit. I saw today one of these separatists that are all like, they still believe some transgender cis freaking alphabet mafia person killed Charlie Kirk. Like literally Candace Owens, all these American podcasters, they are all on board basically figuring it out that Charlie Kirk got killed as soon as he turned on Israel and wouldn't accept their donation money anymore and started to question the control that Israel had over the Democrat and Republican parties and politicians. That's when Charlie Kirk was killed. Like, so many Americans have figured it out, and yet us Canadians are still way the frick behind. And I don't understand what the hurdles are, the difficulties are, why this can't be overcome. Where we can't agree even on the most basic, simple freaking things. Like ethnic cleansing is bad and wrong no matter who is doing it. You'd think that would be something that like we could all agree on. Right, left, Christian, Muslim, doesn't matter, any of that. We should all be able to very much easily agree that ethnic cleansing is bad and wrong. Doesn't matter who's doing it. But for some reason, people just can't come together over even the most basic things, because everything that can be used to divide people and turn citizens against one another and have us fighting amongst ourselves is used and pushed, right? They want us fighting amongst ourselves. That's what this whole red-blue crap exists. You can see, the Americans have figured it out. AIPAC runs and controls both red and blue, so y'all are arguing over frickin' nothing because their agendas are going to go through regardless. Americans are figuring it out. For some reason, us Canadians just can't seem to have it click in our heads and get it together. And I don't understand the hiccups and problems. I used to talk all the time about how Canadians are some of the most educated people on planet Earth per capita. There's very few people on planet Earth that are more educated than Canadians. But I tell you what, it sure does not seem like it lately. We are not acting like it at all. We're being divided, pumped full of a bunch of fucking propaganda, bullshit, lies, false narratives, being divided against one another, fighting amongst one another. Meanwhile, the agendas are going through. These idiots, they're like, Muslims are invading and taking us over. Yeah, meanwhile, the Zionists, the Israel lobby, B'nai B'rith has completely got Pierre Polyev in their freaking pocket. Carney's a globalist freaking banker. I don't, it's not like he's sanctioning Israel, right? He must agree, he must be okay with them at some point, because we're still shipping them crap. We're not sanctioning them. Pierre Polyev, just going to be worse of an Israel puppet. The conservatives traditionally are. You're screwed either way. I don't understand what it's going to take for us Canadians to like actually start to come together and overcome some of these hurdles that are being put in our way and used to divide us against one another. It completely just baffles me. Like, I'm still shaking my head over this morning. Just, I disagree with the separatist bullshit and their false narratives and their propaganda. So it's just cancel, dismiss, you're an internet troll, cancel, dismiss, elbows up, you liberal. Like, just they don't know how to like actually deal with, comprehend, communicate, nothing. I bet you a lot of them themselves, these channel bots, are probably just bots and propagandists and like Hasbara at work, like some fucking little cubicle over in Israel that's fucking like spreading bullshit. Like, and they look up Hasbara. Like, that's literally the propaganda arm of fucking Israel, and they get paid to come into social media forums and try and steer and shift narratives. It's crazy to think that there's not more than them. The conservatives are going to have their fucking paid fucking propaganda bot infiltrators. Liberals are going to have theirs. Like, NDP are going to have theirs. That's before, like, any kind of alphabet agency like the CIA or CSIS or Mossad or anything like that, who they're going to have theirs. Like, I think people are really losing focus of a lot of that stuff, not recognizing and understanding just how many false narratives they're being fed, propaganda they're being fed, division that they're being fed, and willing to observe it, acknowledge it, and reject it, and be like, no, not doing that. I recognize it's, even Tucker Carlson is recently talking about how, you know what, I was wrong when I said Muslims were all trying to kill us. That was incorrect of me. I was wrong when I said that, and that is not the case. That is Israeli Zionist propaganda that's making all these, not so observant and not so intelligent people think that shit. Like, even today, fucking people are like, oh, the Muslims are invading and taking us over. Like, really? Because they don't control the media. They don't have AIPAC or B'nai B'rith or, Kufi or all these, Zionist Israel fucking lobbies. Like, I'm sorry, is it AIPAC and Kufi that are controlling American government, which is the Zionist Israel lobbies? Or is it like some Muslim lobby? Is it illegal to question Islam and Muslims in freaking Texas? No, you can hate on them all you freaking want. If you question Israel, are critical of Israel and hate on freaking Israel, well, now all of a sudden you're canceled, and now you're anti-Semitic and you're committing hate crimes, and they've made it illegal to talk like that and think like that, right? You're not allowed to have any kind of aid for natural disasters unless you like sign on that you won't partake in BDS and crap. Like, the propaganda tells you that Muslims are invading and taking over. Meanwhile, the Israelis already have. I don't know what freaking planet people live on, but you're not using your ears and your eyes, making observations and critically thinking. That's just lost on our society anymore, it feels like, for a large part. And I don't know what to do to overcome it. I keep trying to figure it out. I don't know. Like, it feels like an uphill battle, and it's against both sides. Again, one is just as bad as the other, especially with the whole cancel culture. And you look at that freaking, cheers, bud. You look at that Zionist freaking rag, Rebel Media, Rebel News, whatever. And if you look at their videos in the past few weeks, let's say inside a month, there's a number of them where they are bragging about getting people fired from jobs. Why are they getting people fired from jobs? Because they're pro-Palestine. That's it. They're pro-Palestine. That's why they're getting people fired. They're pro-Islamist because Rebel Media fucking Zionati trash keeps trying to brainwash people that the Muslims are taking over. You're being replaced. You're being invaded. The Muslims are taking over. So anybody that supports Palestine, you're an Islamist. It's just fucking nonsense, garbage, trash propaganda. And they're being empowered, getting people canceled, getting people fired from jobs just because they think differently politically than you. It's not okay. it's definitely not okay. I don't know. To me, I mean, I guess what that says is they're not very free speech now, are they? Not as much as they want people to think or believe. Like, it's just fucking absurd. So, I don't know. Again, like I said, I can't figure it out. Like, how do we overcome these hurdles and band together as citizens, recognizing right, left, both full of shit, red, blue, both full of shit. Like, propaganda is coming from the rebel news media, same as it's coming from CTV Global, CBC, CNN, you know, MSNBC, freaking all these other, like, it's, look at 2CTV today, fucking, it was the Iranians that killed Lindsey Graham. Like, it seems a bit premature. What? Like, and the thing is they don't care if it's incorrect, wrong, and propaganda. They spew it anyways and get sheeple to think that and parrot it and regurgitate it and recite it like little fucking good little sheeple that they are. Here's your pat on the head for being so easily manipulated. And even if they're wrong, it doesn't matter because no corrections are ever made, barely ever. And even if they are, some point down the line, the damage is already done. You already have all these sheeple going around parroting bullshit and lies. You've infecting others with their fucking lies and false narratives. Like, damage is already done. This is stuff like that is exactly why I won't comment on Lindsey Graham, and I'm like, I don't know what to believe over this. I don't know what to think or believe. So until I have a better idea of what to think or believe, I'm not commenting. You know, that kind of responsibility and awareness seems so lost in the majority of our population anymore. And it's really too bad that we have to live in this society where the establishment is winning by dividing us against one another. And, you know, I get I'm abrasive. I'm disliked and whatever. And frankly, I dislike the vast majority of our society. I view the vast majority of our society as dumb fucking sheeple, told what to think, what to believe, what to say. And you just parrot it and recite it and regurgitate it. Gone are the days of critical thinking rebels. Us, the ones that are actually critical thinking rebels, they're canceled, right? The ones that go along with the bullshit, whatever bullshit that may be, whether it's you're under invasion from Muslims or like, you know, the LGBTQ community needs a whole month to throw their shit in your face. Like, both of you are just being fucking ridiculous, being told what to think, what to say. It's not one or the other, it's both. And the fact that you both butt heads and fight with one another and being like, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, like that's what they want. You're giving the establishment what they want. Quit fucking doing that. It's amazing to me how many people just sheeple, just mindlessly, brainlessly, without thought, help the establishment with their division, spread their propaganda, recite, parrot, and regurgitate the lies, the false narratives. Like, it's just, again, somebody was saying this morning that's in Canada, it's like, oh yeah, Charlie Kirk was unalived by some transgender alphabet, whatever. It's just like, you probably still think Muslims did 9/11 too, don't you? Fucking sheeple. Like, sheeple are so easily fucking manipulated and led astray by propaganda and false narratives said by some dipshit in front of a camera. It is absolutely remarkable. And the ones that go against their narratives, canceled, dismissed. Where you're not promoted in the algorithm, you get the thumbs down from the bot farm trolls, you get canceled in algorithms. They're told like, don't listen to that guy. That guy's just crazy. Can't trust him. Don't listen to anything he says. It's just, I don't know. Go ahead, cancel me. Enjoy that. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. But it's absurd what our society is and has been becoming over the past number of decades with this division, cancel culture bullshit. So, I don't know. Team freedom over here. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want. Free Palestine, freeze us all. Cheers.